Okay, I told you I'd be right back, right? Okay, here we go. Now, I wanted to tell you something else here. Okay, in Second Peter 2:15 through 16. Now, this speaks of Balaam and his love for money. Isn't that what it says in the Bible? That in the last days, the love of money would wax cold. People would love money more than anything else. It says, the love of money, using him as an example of the later false prophets. They have forsaken the right way and gone astray, following the way of Balaam, the son of Beor, who loved the wages of unrighteousness, but he was rebuked for his iniquity. A dumb donkey speaking with a man's voice restrained the madness of the prophet. Okay? Then also in Revelations 2:14 it says, make the connection between Balaam's unsuccessful attempt to curse Israel and this subsequent idolatry. But I have a few things against you, because you have there those who hold the doctrine of Balaam, who taught Balak to put a stumbling block before the children of Israel, to eat things sacrificed to idols, and to commit sexual immorality. How else could all this stuff be going on in the church and it's not being recognized? No one's doing anything about it. I mean, in the Catholic Church, they knew about it for years and years and years, until it started coming out when those people got old enough and they start telling the truth and speaking out about it. But it was covered up. It was covered up. And even here is saying that it's a stumbling block. There are leaders who are putting stumbling blocks in their people and their sheep's pasture. So essentially, after his failure to curse Israel, Balaam said to Balak, I cannot curse these people. So once again, I remind you, they can't curse us. But you can get them to curse themselves through enticing them to rebel against God. Send your prettiest girls among them and tell them to entice the men of Israel to immorality and idolatry. And it worked. And it's still working. You don't think the devil don't know how to send people or beautiful women to a church? They come in there dressed all sexy and very lustful. It's set up. It's not a joke. It's not a trick. I mean, it's a trick, but I'm just saying, it's orchestrated. It's planned out. It's not just an accident. Balaam, through his wicked counsel of Balak, got what he wanted, but he also ended up dead among the enemies of God. In Numbers 31:7-8, he only enjoyed his money for a short time. And then the Lord said to Moses, take vengeance on the Midianites for leading the Israelites into idolatry. And this is what I just want to say right now to anybody who is not a child of God, and you fall into this category, or you say you're a child of God, but you have loved money more than anything else. You have caused people in your ministries, in your home, to sin because you bought something in to entice them. And to the people of Yahweh, I want to say to you, don't let anybody entice you to lose your crown for your reward in heaven. It's not worth it. It's not even worth it. Think about it. It's not worth it. Not no eternity. See, the Lord was so angry. He was tired of these people, for one thing. They had caused his people. See, that's what I'm saying. When you do something to God's people, you think you're going to get away with it. And all these people and these secret societies and all these elite groups and all these people, they doing all what they doing. Believe me, they're just only building up God's vengeance against them. What God's waiting for, that I really cannot say, and I do not know. But, okay, God had given them the permission to destroy these people. So here we go. In verses 6-9, it says, Phineas stands up for righteousness, and it stops God's angry plague. You know, sometimes we have to stand up for what is right, and this will stop a lot of stuff that's going on in the ministries, that's going on in the body of Christ. We can't really do too much of anything about the world. We're supposed to be that light. So how can we be the light in the world when we're allowing all these things to go on in the ministry? It's embarrassing, and it makes us look bad. But the one thing I just want to say to you out there, all of you who may be listening to this, is that all these people are not people of God. These people are lying. They're just trying to make the body of Christ look bad because they want to drag you to hell with them. That's all. And indeed, one of the children of Israel came to present to his brother a Mennonite woman in the sight of Moses and in the sight of the congregation of the children of Israel. Now, mind you, remember, Yahweh told the men to not have anything to do with these women, to don't have anything to do with these people in that manner. And it says, while they were there, who were weeping at the door of the tabernacle meeting now. Now they're weeping because they're sad and they've sinned against God and people are dying. And then this man, who was an Israelite, comes up with this woman all proud and just acting like ain't nothing happened. But maybe he didn't know what had happened, so maybe that's why he did it. It says, now Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, saw it. He rose from among the congregation, took a javelin in his hand, and he went from one man of Israel into the tent and thrust both through them, the man of Israel and the woman, through her body. So the plague was stopped among the children of Israel, and those who died in the plague were 24,000 people. That's a lot of people that died because they decided not to listen to God. They made a decision to disobey. See, that's what I'm saying. When you make a decision to disobey the Lord, okay, it may not come right away. See, that's where people keep making their mistake. Themselves, oh, well, I've been doing this and that, and nothing's happened. A year has passed, 2 years passed. Sometimes people can go on for years. But when it catches up with you, you probably not make it when your reaping comes around. So we, as women of God, we have to take a stand for righteousness. Continue to pray for our children, our husbands, our sisters in the faith out there, those who are writing books to encourage us, to keep us level-minded. Because mind you, I have to read other books myself to keep myself level-minded, because these people are not preaching about anything. A bunch of foolishness. It's nothing. Okay. Now, what I want to discuss now is how some people feel it is not serious to have or worship graven images. Now, I at first did not realize how serious it was to bring a graven image into your house. Now, I had bought graven images into my home, but I honestly did not realize that they were graven images. I just thought that, they were just, I was showing that I love the Lord. For instance, this cross right here. This is a diamond cross my baby daughter gave to me. It's beautiful, but it's a graven image. This is an image of the cross where Christ died. Okay, a cross is where he died. This has nothing to do with life at all. This has nothing to do with life. Look at this. And the one thing that we forget about this is that we forget that he died. True enough, he gave his life for us, but he rose again. So therefore, this represents death, okay, not life. Yes, we remember that's what he did. He hung on the cross, okay, but the Bible doesn't even say it was a cross. It says it was a tree, hung on the tree, okay, cursed those who hung on a tree. But anyways, this is a graven image. And me and my husband, mostly it was really me. I had crosses in my house, because I felt it represented that I love the Lord. But no, it was cursing me, and we got rid of them. And this one, I'm going to have it melted down to something else, or just sell it. I mean, well, not sell. I can't sell really anything to anybody else of this because it's a graven image, but I can have it melted down and have it made out of something else. Okay, so that is one of the things that is a graven image, and it could be causing you problems in your home. Now, I know some people say, oh, you're crazy, you're this, you're that, you're trying to tell me that I got to get rid of my jewelry and all this stuff. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying what happened to me, what is happening in the homes of the people of Yahweh, and how it is affecting you somewhere in the spirit realm. You just haven't put it together. See, I was able to put it together. Okay, now I'm going to read you in Exodus 32:31 through 33. It says this. It says, then verse 31, and Moses returned to the Lord and said, alas, these people have committed a terrible sin. Okay, well, it's a terrible sin to have graven images in your house. Not just sin, because sin is sin, but there are some sins that are more worse than others. For instance, anytime Yahweh says something's an abomination, that is a pure hatred for that item, okay? Or whatever you may be partaking in the activity is an abomination. They have made gods of gold and silver for themselves. This is gold. This is gold, okay? It has diamonds in it. Now, verse 32, but now please forgive their sin, and if not, then blot me out of the record you are keeping. Okay, well, the Bible talks about the books. The books are going to be opened. Okay, everything is being recorded about what we're doing, what we're saying, what we're not doing, whatever's going on is being recorded. Okay, but there's a book that he has that if your name is written in it, you will enter into the kingdom. And so Moses is like, oh God, please, I'll take their place. But look how Yahweh responds. Look how he responds. He says, and then verse 33, the Lord replied to Moses, I will blot out whoever has sinned against me. Whoever. So you can't take nobody else's place. Your father, your mother, your daughter, your sister, your cousin, your auntie, your uncle, whoever. He says he will blot them out. I'll be right back.